Sana Karibu, which means thank you and welcome in Swahili. My name is Anson.
My name is Matthew. My name is Lloyd.
Today we're going to be discussing discrimination. Did you know, according to NPR.com, 50% of African Americans feel that they are discriminated against when confronting police?
Discrimination is exorbitantly a form of systemic racism. It mostly occurs in political and or social groups, leading to institutionalized racism. Schools, business, etc. are all covered by systemic racism. Discrimination is the unfair treatment of others. Black people are often treated with the utmost disrespectful attitudes and actions, ever as they are believed to be inferior to others. One of the most idiotic stereotypes ever. Institutionalized racism is racism that occurs in social or political groups, often offices, schools, government workplaces, or government workplaces. Discrimination is a form of systemic racism because it occurs in such settings. For example, a black man who is overqualified for a job may be skipped because he has an African-sounding name.
Discrimination is another form of racism. Discrimination, like all types of racism, are in some way related to each other. One relation would be stereotypes. Stereotypes are not only harmful in their own right, but they do damage by fostering prejudice and discrimination. After all that people believe black people are supposed to be stupid, then why educate them? That is discrimination used at its finest. Treating others based on prejudicial conclusions, not based on facts or evidence, sounds like prejudice. Another cousin of discrimination, however, discrimination is not like prejudice in some ways. Prejudice isn't always required in action or knowledge. It is preconceived opinion. Discrimination is knowing the knowledge if the knowledge is biased. Discrimination equals the treatment of others, while prejudice is an opinion.
Discrimination manifests in many different ways in today's society, mainly in businesses and the corporate world. Although racism and discrimination isn't as bad as it was before, African Americans still have a hard time applying for the same jobs as white Americans. According to Fortune.com, only about 9% of CEOs in America are black. The corporate and business world is still harsh on black people, as stigmas that they are uneducated and stupid still run high. Secondly, black Americans still are sometimes barred from going to restaurants. I know how 1950s that sounds. Just a few months ago, a 25-year-old black woman by the name of Shakaya Clemens was arrested at the Waffle House for trying to enter. Another manifestation is in schools. You would think that in a place of education, there would be no discrimination. However, Olola Sigyambola, a black Yale student, had police called on her for falling asleep in the common room. A white Yale student, whose name was not released yet, said that you don't belong here and proceeded to call the police. The color of a person's skin does not validate whether or not they belong or not. Racism and discrimination still manifest in our society, and it's our job to help fight it. The dangers of not stopping it are immense. If we leave the disease untreated, soon it will corrupt our whole country. These occurrences will become more frequent until they are all but a part of everyday life.
According to Mendelmind.com, to end discrimination, we have to be aware of our attitudes and behavior. We are all born with prejudices and bias, but we can change the way we think. I personally agree with the author because we need to be aware of how we talk and what we put out there. With social media nowadays, it's so easy to transfer information. We need to make sure everyone is educated that not everything we hear is true. If we let ourselves be consumed by implicit bias, who knows who it would affect? It could stop people from getting jobs, buying their cars, or even stop them from going into a restaurant. Sound familiar?
Another way to help end discrimination presented by CareerTrend.com is to participate. What they mean is that you should advocate for anti-racism and be active in the civil rights movement. Educate others, pass out flyers, as well as hold scheduled meetings. The author, Vincent Labat, states that if companies, schools, and corporate offices hold scheduled meetings focused on educating people about discrimination and the major negative impact it has on people, then we can help end discrimination. I agree, education is key. However, ever heard of the saying, knowledge is power? If we continue to push for equality and advocate for the minorities, one day we'll achieve our sought-after equality.
Ignorance is a crime. Together through education, we can ensure that future generations won't repeat mistakes. Isn't that why we study history? Once you understand what people really want, you can't hate them anymore. You can fear them, but you can't hate them, because you can always find the same desires in your own heart. Orson Scott Card, speaker for the dead, through the study of the African culture, we come to understand that we are all one people. For decades, we've suppressed African Americans as well as other minorities, but now we have a choice. We have a choice of never repeating the same mistakes our ancestors made, to forge a new world of peace and prosperity.
The purpose of African American history is not to only educate but to inspire those who are willing to do something about it. To not be a bystander, to take action and fight racism, and to fight discrimination.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
CHS Production!